Good afternoon. I didn't make it before noon time dealing with technology, but all is good. So today we're going to be making a gatefold, some beautiful paper, right? I love it when the paper does all the work. I just have to decide what format I'm going to put it in, right? So let's go to the hands and let's do it. It's a gatefold, and you'll be able to see some other things. And some things you don't want to miss out on is that we have our beach party bingo coming up that you can still sign up for, right? And we have the Halloween mystery box. Yes. And we also have, what else? Oh, we have Lily of the Valley class that you can either get free class to go, but we're also doing different cards for the club or one-time class, right? So just check out the newsletter. It's all out there. Just a lot going on, a lot of fun things, right? That's what it's all about. Fun and creating together and everything else. So these two, we're not making these, but I want to show you because on the monthly free class to go, you get 4 projects this month. And this is some things that we created actually in the summer retreat. And I'm taking some concepts of colors particularly because paper does all the work. But at least taking concepts to design the card we're going to do today. All right, I just want to show you that because people always ask me, you know, where did you come up with your designs? How did you come up with it? Well, you know, when I have pretty paper, I really don't have to think very hard at all. Okay, so the gatefold here, I always like options. So I think I need to change out my blade on my, I have 2 different paper scoring things, but actually in cutters, but the one upstairs, downstairs, one downstairs needs to be blade. But I'm going to take advantage of that. Sometimes people want to know how and where I get my ideas from. Well, sometimes I just take what's in front of me and that I have an opportunity for creativity. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to distress the edges here because my paper trimmer was already distressing me. If that happens to you, but it was distressing me. So there, I'm going to distress the paper and help it out more. So that's what I'm doing here, is just going to distress it out, right? Okay, so in addition to this here, now we're going to go to this other. Now here is, these are both scored. This is an 8.5 by 5.5, right? And what to make the gatefold, I just scored 2 1/8 inches on the inside here. And let's see if I have something to write with. I know I had to because I'm doing, I don't know about you, but I'm finishing up taxes for last year. So it's scored at 2 1/8, all right? Because the center part here is going to be your 4 1/4, right? And so we have left over 4 1/4. So if you ever wonder, it's just 4 1/4 divided by 2 equals our score line. So if you're ever wondering, that's how we come up with it. All right, next is we're going to create some panels here. So I'm going to use Pool Party, and I'm going to do the same thing. I don't have to, but I am. So if you can see where my trimmer is just doing it a little bit, I'm just going to finish it off for my trimmer. Because this paper is just beautiful and dreamy looking. And if you happen to be or know someone that is in a sorority, Alpha Phi, doesn't matter if they're alum or what, right? Lily of the Valley is their flower. All right, I'm going to do the next one. So instead of fretting over the fact that we had a little edge there on the end because of our paper trimmer, just take advantage of it, right? You can either clean it out with your fingers, which is easy to do, or you can do what we're doing right now. We're just going to give it distress. All right, this is just going to give us an extra dreamy effect here on our card. Okay, and I'm just going to go and put these down. I have my glue handy. I usually do have my glue candy. And we're going to go and get this down. So yes, this is the free card of the month, right? And I usually, when I do the club and class there, I usually do different cards as well. So it's, you know, it's just one of those things you get to take advantage of everything. Just a variety, right? Just a variety. Same thing with the retreat, right? We put different cards for a retreat. Might use the same bundle, right? Now, so if you're wondering of upcoming things, Beach Party Bingo, deadline soon. There's only a few spots left, too. But, you know, we have, I enjoy putting together beach party bingo. You know, it's bingo, right? And we actually have a beach theme bingo card as regular as your traditional bingo cards. But I always like creating surprises, right? I like to make it personal, right? Very event. I just wanted you to remember the occasion. I wanted you to remember it. We do it virtually, but we do it in the respect. See how these match when I cut them? I want to do that deliberately. So when I do stuff like that and create events like that, I want to make it an experience. I want to bring it. It's basically, if you came to my house and we had a party, it's basically what it would be like, right? I'm going to stress it here. Except instead of you come into my house, we're doing it through Zoom, and I'm bringing the party to your doorstep with all, not only the things that we need, like bingo cards and so forth and all, then you also get stuff like all the surprises and goodies that I put in there too. So it means, that's why I said it's experience. So if you look at Halloween, right, mystery box, I've done that now. This is my fourth year, and you can go back. I've got it posted in the newsletter. And if you need a copy of the newsletter, just let me know. I didn't realize I didn't move my water. Let me know and I can send it to you. Because it has all that you can see what the previous mystery boxes were like, right? And the surprises that are inside. And I have to show you, surprises for everything I do is different on each event. So if you think it's going to be the same thing, not right. So we're just stressing the edges here too. I'm not doing the ends because, you know, my card base is pretty smooth there, but I'm going to do the edges because that's where all the distressing was going on, so I'm just being consistent. I don't have to be consistent, but I want to be, so personal choice, right? So what are you doing to wrap up your summer? I mean, it's like school is for my grandkids are, two of them are already in school, three of them are already in school. See how the distress just gives it and blends it really nice there? So this is the outside of the card. Now let's go to the inside of the card. Now since I did distress that, I am going to distress this. So this is going to be the inside of the card, and this is, I'm trying to think what the measurement was, 3 3/4 by 5. And it's a DSP inside. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and distress all 4 corners here. Oh, see, I accidentally cut that. It's okay. Just keep on moving. I watched the movie the other day because I could, right? I think Meet the Robinsons, an animated one that came out through Disney. And, you know, the motto was, keep moving forward, right? Keep moving forward. So I think that's cute because that's really appropriate, right? Just keep moving forward. You actually do something. It's just an opportunity for creativity, right? Oops. Okay, there we go. I got it. All right, and see how pretty? This is just pretty paper. I don't have to do anything. It really looks very nice with this beautiful blush, or barely blush. So I don't have to do anything, right? I am just taking beautiful paper, designer series paper, and I'm just creating with it. That's all I'm doing, right? I love it when it does all the work for me and I don't do anything. Now I'm just going to stick this on here. I don't think it's going to matter if I distress this or not. And you know what? Let me stamp it first. I'm thinking because I already know what I'm going to do. What I did on the cards I showed you. Yeah, see how pretty this can be when it opens up. And I wanted to make this smaller. So this is actually 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. So the basic white is, let me do that again. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I use I have some templates that I made that I use, and so I was like, I didn't write that down. I should have wrote it back on the back of this right here, right? This can be glued down. So I want to show you what I did, and I'm going to do this right now with this one here. I think it, on the inside of this one, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, I think you can. I'll hold it up close. I just stamped the edges right here just to give it a subtle, right? Just a subtle amount of color there with the Lily of the Valley stamp. So we're going to do the same thing. So when we do with subtle colors like that, we're going to add something to basic white or anything. We have two ways we can do it, right? We can either stamp the image, like I'm going to do here, or we could flip color, or we could do both, right? I don't think I'm going to do both, but I have the right to change my mind, right? That's one thing we create. It's our creation. We can sit there and make whatever decision we want, because it's our creation. All right. And then for me, I like to later on go show my husband what I made for the day and see what he has to say and what he thinks about it, right? So, there we go. All right, so these are the, so I have a mixture, right? The new ones that came out this year were magnetic, so that's what I got here. In fact, it's holding, just making sure. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to drop it. So I don't need the whole thing, because the whole thing's not going to go here, right? But I really just wanted like a side thing right here. Just to give it a delicate moment there. A delicate moment. I'm actually doing this with my senior class today, too. We're using the stamp set. They're in a nursing home, right? And so I designed some that they can color. I'll post them later so you can see what I did for the nursing home. It's not right now. It doesn't come across, but it darkens the longer it stays, so I'm not worried about that because I've already done this. So I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut this, and we're going to finish off the front. So you always make sure one side's going on the other. All right, because I got labels on each side. So now we're going to finish off the first. I'm going to let this dry a minute, see if I can see that better. If not, I'll do it again. It's not a problem. All right, so I really liked the way I did this on the one part here. So we're going to do this right here in the middle of our gatefold. And we're going to layer this. This is what I did before. I layered it. I layered everything because that's what to me makes it special. So what first I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some linen. I have plenty, right? Because I use it all the time. Or a lot. I shouldn't say all the time, but a lot. So what I love about doing this and with this die set, so the die set I use is not... I actually use Sweet Words and Labels dies is what I'm using here. And I really like this. This came with the Winnie the Pooh collection. And what I like about it, though, is I can feed this through. But I would tell you, when you feed this through, and to get the look that I got, you're not going to feed every hole, right? I'm just gonna do the outer holes because it was too much and it didn't land right for me to make a bow. So what I like about this is I'll just pull it out. I'm worried about it. I just need to make sure for my friend Pat Hoover and I that I have enough thread here that we can thread it through. And sit up here, be able to tie a bow, right? And let's see if I can get the hole. So these are wide enough holes, right? I just can't see from the back side of going through. And you know what? So your end might fray there just a tad, but if so, just think of how you do with sewing. And if you don't know how to sew, that's another day, another time. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you just have to squeeze it, right? And you know what? I'm not going to mess with this. The other option is just trim it off. Gosh. I know, to me, it's always amazing the things when you go live on something. When you're just calmly sitting down. Yeah. All right, so you see about how much more twine I'm going to use because I'm going to have to cut this off to get it through. It comes in PDF tutorials. Yeah, so when you get the free class to go, right, you get the videos. I post the videos with the tutorials, so you can easily put the two together. Right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And so we're going to come here and do this as well. All right. So I'm going to say, my eyes said it looked like it went through and it didn't go through. Okay, there we go. Well, it is, right? To me, it is sort of like sewing. We're just sewing by hand. Right? Okay. Yeah, we do that. We even do it at Christmas time with popcorn. You have to give me some of your traditions for Christmas, right? Because, you know, we don't think Christmas because we're still in the summer, but really and truly, with kids going back to school and all, it's like, it's here. I mean, it's like knocking on your door. That's what it feels like. I'm going to trim this one off, too. I don't know, I just think it, you know, this, just doing the linen thread like this, and if you like it, you're going to love what they have for Christmas, because the new catalog comes out, and the 1st of, in September, right? And if you want one, just private message me, or let me know, just put in the comments, catalog, please. Now, because this is a gatefold and it's coming over here, we are going to actually put only one side down. Now, you see how this one wants to sort of come up, and this one too? It didn't on my first one that I remember, but if it's not, if it's coming across and that's not what you want, then what we're going to do is we'll just use tear and tape, okay? Tear and tape is my friend. So I'm just going to like tuck it down here. I really wasn't wanting it to come through and show on the other side. And it's tiny, right? It is tiny. And I'm not even going to bother to take the tear and tape off because it's not necessary. Unless you're going to take, you know, if you're the recipient of my card and you feel that you're just going to take it apart to see what I did, all right, then you'll know all my secrets in the background. There. All right, that's how I solved that issue, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I don't have to worry about me tugging live my twine, linen twine here, thread, messing that all up and fidgeting with it. All right, so that's just when things I feel like are going to maybe annoy me a little, right? I just tuck it or tape it down and back side here. I've done the same thing with fabric too, except fabric I use wash away tape. Okay, so see there where you don't see anything. And then now I can tie my bow. And I usually always start off with left over right, like I would do a basic square knot. That's usually what I do. That's just habit. And then I'm just going to take this here. Just if I was tying somebody's shoes, right? Okay, and if it's not like you want it, then just remake it, right? So I'm going to make mine just a tad bit smaller because I can. And these will hang down. And you see how this is going to hang just right here. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the left side. And we're just going to use dimensionals. But we're just going to use the left side. Half of the left side, right? So do your imaginary line. What's half? A halfway mark. And you know, if the as I'm looking at this right now and seeing this popping up over here on me, so then just take your bone folder, right? And smooth down the edges if you need to. And that'll help that. Okay. I usually don't do that, but sometimes, some days, it's like, okay, you're annoying me just a little, and I'm going to solve that. All right, it doesn't matter where you put this. I'm going to put mine up a little bit, because I like it up a little bit. And right, I can do what I want. You can do what you want. It's yours. You own it. You're creating it. All right, you have to trim this one off just a little bit. Okay. All right, now we're going to do the tags here. So we have this. I actually brought 3 of them to show you just the difference, and I'm looking for my vellum one. Here it is. All right, so figure this. Okay, we're going to put the vellum one right up here, and I'm just going to put it with dimensionals, but these are going to be in the center, right? Because you have to keep in mind, this is going to hide it. So what I would do is just flip it over, and we're going to put some dimensionals on here. And we're just going to make sure they're hidden, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them right down the center here on the back there. Okay, so we know that when we're going to put that on, that's basically where we're going to put it at. So what we're going to do then is we're just going to sit up here and put this right here in the center. Did I get it about right? Just making sure it looks like I got it about right. It looks like it's off just a little, but it's okay. That's one thing about vellum. Vellum can be very forgiving, and so can everything else, right? Okay, I'm just lining it with my lines right there. I can see my lines cut down the center of the card there. All right, so we have choices, right? So I sort of like this. It has a little bit of paper in there. When I originally did this is DSP also. It is not something I created. Could I create it? Yes, but I have to work at it. But I really like capturing just a little bit of this, and then we'll put a sentiment on here. We'll see how we like it. If not, I have these two here that I already die cut as well, was basically what I did before, and we'll see what we like here. So I'm going to go ahead and use, I wanted to use Happy Birthday, but I might not. I might just be, Happy Birthday is what I wanted. Let's see here. Because one of the things is that you got to keep in mind not everything may necessarily fit. So when I originally had made these cards for the retreat, right, I altered because not everything fit. This particular case, because the way this paper is, I'm going to put happy at the top, and I'm going to put birthday right down here. And I'm going to capture those flowers right there in the middle is my goal. So let's do it. Now I just roll mine, right? You don't have to. You can do masking. I'm just going to roll the words happy across here, and then I'm going to clean my stamp and do birthday. And I'm going to put it right above the flowers here, basically. I'm looking to make sure I center it as best as I can. So I have happy right there. And you may think, I don't know, we may decide that, we're not sure if we like that or not. Well, okay, we have a backup plan, right? Let's clean this off. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing with birthday now. I'm just going to come and roll it across, just so I'm capturing the birthday part. That's all you got to do, right? Or, like I said, you can mask it off. And then I'm just going to put this birthday right down in here. And I'm just making sure it fits in the area of this here. Okay, so there's happy birthday. Now, if you think you don't like that, okay. One of the things is if you really wanted this, and I'm looking at it, we could have actually stamped this with Coastal Cabana. Coastal Cabana looks like a very much darker version here of Pool Party, but it seems to darken as it goes along. And then we're just going to add this with dimensionals. So yes, this is one of the cards that is in the free class to go. So, same thing here, right? We already know we have 3 on the other one. I'm just going to 2 on these. It doesn't matter, right? This is all going to be in the background. See if I can get this here. Alright, we're just going to put this here. And then we're just going to put some bling on here. There's beautiful bling that came with this suite. So there's my happy birthday. It looks very nice and elegant, right? That's what I'm looking for. And I was looking to see if this actually looked like it dry. I can't really see it. So we're going to actually do this one again. And we're going to put some bling on there. But what do you think of that, right? It's just nice, delicate looking. You could use any of the, you could use anything, right? Alright, let's get this fairly blush here. And I'm going to take that off a second because, alright, let me look at this here again because I was pretty confident I wanted the second stamp off. Because I really want a subtle look. I don't really want a strong look. But it looks like that's the only look I'm going to get because I'm not seeing it. Well, I know the first one was done on the second stamp off because it's very light. And I'm just not seeing it here. Alright, so I'm just going to, so if you're not sure, that's if I just tap it in the ink once, so that's what I'm going to do since I'm not getting what I'm wanting. So I'm just going to tap it here instead of 3 times, and I'm just going to come right here across the corner here. There you go. So you can see that. It's still not as light as I wanted. So if I wanted it lighter, then all I would do is take, I'm just making sure, sometimes I put both colors on the same end. What I would do is I would take a color lifter if that's what you just really did not want, which I did want it just a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to come across it just like this. And it will lighten. And then I'll most probably add Wing Castella later. Alright. Put this in here. It gives me a chance to put a sentiment. And we'll put some bling and we'll be done with this project. How about that? Easy to make. I love the gatefold because it allows you to show off all the colors, right, and the elegance of this. To me, it's just got a dreamy effect. Alright, we're going to put it right in here. And there we go. And then we can put a sentiment right there. And we just got a little bit of that right there. And we can close it like this. Alright, let's get our bling so we can finish this off. So look how pretty these are. So actually I'm going to sit there and use, I'm going to use the blue. Blue is my, so if you don't know, I'll let you know. Blue is my favorite color, right? It is, it's my favorite color. And if you want to know what color my favorite color of blue is, right? It's not just blue. The other part of my favorite color of blue is I love the breath of dawn. I love anything that looks like the breath of dawn. So if you don't know what the breath of dawn looks like, you just need to go get up early one morning. Nope. And right now we got all kinds of stuff going on in the celestial sky here. You know, take advantage. Alright, I could have moved that. I'm not sure. I think I do. I don't want that right there because that's, you know, I really like that. I think I'm going to just put it right there. There. Focus on that happy birthday. And I got two down here as well too. So there you go. Just a nice, easy gatefold for that. So this is this. And again, I'll show you what I did before. And like I said, you don't want to forget, right? And that we did this one at the retreat, and here's the other one we did at the retreat. Well, so you know what? I was inspired by the color scheme that I did here and what I created over here. So, right, we get inspired by different things. People always want to know how I come up with what I come up with. So there's your answer, right? It's always funny. Well, how do you come up with that? Well, you know, you just get inspired by different things. So I hope you enjoyed that, right? And I want to thank you for following us and also supporting us here on social media, here on Facebook, also YouTube and Instagram. And don't forget, be sure to check out the calendar and what we got going on, because if you're interested in Beach Party Bingo, the last day to sign up for that is the 15th, because I mail out packages. It's not just bingo cards, right? There's surprises and then there tie into the whole thing. And then also with Lily of the Valley Club or one-time class, it deadlines on the 15th of this month as well. Whereas Halloween Mystery Box has a much further out deadline, but I only have a few kits left. So be sure to sign up and know that soon it's paper share time, right? Because we've got a new catalog and we'll be mailing those out. So if you want a catalog and you're not one of my current customers that subscribed or bought something for me in the last year, then put catalog please, as long as you're not a demonstrator, catalog please, and I'll get one out to you. Just put in the comments and we'll get that done. Alright, thank you for joining in today, and I look forward to seeing you next week where we make another card from this beautiful paper and set. Bye.